live and alert on the north side of the dirt. It is your man D-Real coming at you with another Be Real with D-Real, where edutainment is what I do. Been a while since we had a social issue we needed to talk about. And I think this one that we're going to talk about today is a doozy. Can you say reparations? Black people, can you say reparations? I know what you're thinking. I'm gonna read this article to you and we're gonna talk. It's a short read, shouldn't take too long. But before I get into the article, I need y'all to do what you always do for me. Comment, like, subscribe, and share the Be Real with D-Real page so that when new material comes out, you get it. If you're digging what a brother shoveling, put some dirt in my bucket, comment, like, subscribe, and share the page. Reparations. Let's go. This here comes to us courtesy of Newsweek, Friday, December 2nd. Hey, that's today. California reparations could see Newsom, that's the governor for those that don't know, of the great state of California, give Black Americans $223K each. Let's read about it. A 9 is smiling Black people down below. Hooray, we get money. Joy. All right. A 9-member reparations task force has estimated that Black Californians could receive more than $223,000 each in reparations for the enduring economic effects of racism and slavery. That's important that we know that it is for that. Okay, more than 2 years on from the murder of George Floyd at the hands of the police. There was a few other people dying other than George Floyd, but George Floyd just happens to be the most prolific and high profile. California has become the first U.S. state hundreds of years after slavery is abolished. California becomes the first U.S. state to require its agencies to present a separate demographic category for descendants of enslaved people. Happy Black people, happy Black people. I bet they are. Members of the Bruce family are asked to stand and be recognized during a ceremony on July 22nd to return ownership of Bruce's Beach to the descendants of a Black family who had the land stripped from them nearly a century ago in Manhattan Beach, California. A task force has recommended Californians who are descendants of enslaved people must be paid reparations. So that's in July. They gave back property. Let's read on. The New York Times reported on Thursday that the task force, which was formed by a law signed by Democratic Governor Gavin Newsom in 2020, has spent months traveling across the West Coast state to learn about the effects of these policies. Those eligible for reparations, the task force said in a March 2022 report, would be descendants of enslaved African Americans or of a free Black person living in the United States to the end of the 19th century. Okay. Only people who can prove that they fit under these categories will be eligible for the reparations. Shit, that's easy. California has an estimated 2.6 million Black residents, around 2 million of whom are descendants of slaves. The 5 areas identified by the team housing discrimination, I misspoke. The 5 areas identified by the team: housing discrimination, mass incarceration, unjust property seizures, devaluation of Black businesses, and health care are the factors it is taking into account when determining the reparations. The Times reported that just based on housing discrimination alone, housing discrimination between 1933 and 1977, 569 billion with a B in reparations would need to be paid to African Americans in California, amounting to $223,000 per person. The total amount of reparations suggested, the largest in history, will likely be much higher than that. Between 1619 and 1865, slavery deprived more than 4 million Africans and their families of freedom, citizenship, cultural heritage, and economic opportunity. The final costing for the reparations will be released in 2023, and then it'll be up to legislators, whether to act upon the recommendations and determine how they will be funded. The reparations will have to be approved by Newsom and other lawmakers. The panel is now mulling over how it will recommend the reparations to be distributed, whether that is through education, healthcare, or housing grants, or cash payments. We are looking at reparations on a scale that is the largest since Reconstruction. Task Force member and associate professor at the University of California, Berkeley, Jovan Lewis, told The Times. That is why we must put forward a robust plan with plenty of options, Lewis added. The task force looks to narrow the economic gap between white and Black Californians. Nationally, Black households have a median wealth of $24,100 compared to the white households' median wealth of $188,200, according to the Federal Reserve Board survey of consumer finances. In an interim report from June 2022, the task force outlined how Black Americans were forced to California during the gold rush era and that the state has historically criminalized African Americans for the purposes of social control and to maintain an economy based on exploited Black labor. The task force said that government policies help white Americans create wealth and acted as barriers to prevent Black Americans doing so, resulting in an enormous wealth gap between white and Black Americans in California today. I'll let you in on a little piece of information. That ain't just in California. That wealth gap exists all across these United States of America. Now, let me tell you what I like about that. I like that this plan generates options. Okay, because I think they brought it to Congress last year, and Mitch McConnell shot that shit down hard, quick, and fast. But we're gonna keep coming back, I guess. So, like I said, what I like about it is that they generate options other than monetary. And that's what you should be doing, because, and I'm gonna go ahead and say it, and y'all can get mad if you want to get mad. Black people, we generate 11 billion in income in this country. And of that 11 billion, we have next to squat to show for it. In short, we blow a huge chunk of our money on bullshit. Okay? I got this car, you ain't up on that. I got these clothes, you ain't up on that. I got this purse, I got these rings, I got this drip. Bullshit. Okay, I got these Jordans. Instead of copping Jordans, why don't you pool your money together and buy the controlling interest in Nike? That will flip the shit out of the script, wouldn't it? Yeah, I'm all for reparations, but I'm for responsible reparations. Give me my 40 acres. That's what I want. I'll take the 40 acres because I can build some stuff on it. I want some fair business practices. That's what I want, because I know lots of people who own businesses and they ain't getting a fair shake simply because. Okay, I think it was Dr. Umar who said they'll give us money for housing. And I don't quote him a whole lot because a lot of his shit I disagree with. But he said they'll give money for housing. They'll give money for you to go to school. But you ask for money to start your own business? They looking up your butt with a microscope. You ain't hardly about to get no money for a business. You know why? Because they do not want to finance their own demise. Let me say that again. They do not want to finance their own demise. That's why a lot of Black businesses got to be supported by Black banks, which we don't have a whole lot of there either. Or they got to build a business on their own steam. They got to build a business and get a loan that they ain't even 100% guaranteed to get approved for. They'll make up some old bullshit excuse and be like, oh, you don't have this, so we can't approve this at this time. I've seen it. And anybody out there who has tried to start a Black business, talk to me about it in the comments and see what kind of hoops you had to jump through or what kind of dances you had to do compared to, say, a white person starting a business. Oh, glad to never have another person. And that's what this is all about. The disparity in wealth between Black people and white people in this country. And this is what a lot of white people don't seem to understand. And I'm not jumping down nobody's throat or trying to make nobody feel bad. I'm just kicking facts. The wealth, the comfort that white people enjoy. I ain't saying you wrong for having that wealth or enjoying it, but know where it comes from. More than likely, you inherited from somebody who inherited it from somebody who got it for free off the backs of slaves. You see what I'm saying? Reparations are a beautiful thing, but they need to be done in the right way. Please don't just hand mugs $200,000. It'll go back into the economy. Yeah. But do you want it to go back into the economy, or do you want it to change the disparity between Black wealth and white wealth, or median income in a home? Remember that number. Black median income in a household, $24K. Median income in a white household, $188K. That's a huge disparity, y'all. I want to see that change. I want to see us build some stuff. Bank, school, supermarket, hospital. That's how you build a community. And we can get all Marcus Garvey with it and go over yonder and have our own on our own. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I ain't going to get all crazy about it, but you seen the article. That's today. So holla at your boy. What do y'all think about that? Is that a good idea? Because I know we've tried it many times before, but I feel like this is the closest we've ever gotten. And then for them people in Manhattan Beach, California, to get their property back, that is a step in the right direction. Don't give them money, give them property and let them build their own business. We can build businesses. You remember Greenwood, Archer, and Pine, Tulsa, Oklahoma? We built it. White people bombed it and burnt it to the ground. This time when we build it, I suggest we have a security force. I suggest we have something paramilitary, or they will get jealous and hateful and bomb it and burn it down again. Just saying. I don't trust them. Because I think they always up to something. And 9 times out of 10, they usually are. That's hateful. That's mean. I'm sorry. On a serious tip, on a very serious tip. I'm not a hateful person, but I have, and anybody who knows me will tell you, I have a very strong sense of justice, a very strong sense of what's right and what's wrong. People getting what they deserve, literally, is the definition of justice. Okay. Again, what do y'all think about it? What do y'all think about this situation? Do you think anything will come of it, or will they just beat that back down into the ground and we have to bring it back up again and bring it back up again? Drop it in the comments, y'all. Drop it in wherever you want to drop it. Drop it in the comments. And as for me, I'll be coming at you with another one of them other ones. And until I do, y'all be good. Be good to each other.